Hey, welcome back. I'm Papa and this is Cooking for the Hungry. You can see probably here that I'm breaking beans. That's not what this is about. I've already done one on beans before. Doing some green beans. I'm going to add a little bit of bacon and bacon grease to it. What we're going to do today though is we're going to do some of my homemade cornbread. Be pretty easy, straightforward. I'm not going to post up the ingredients in writing. We're just going to cover it real quick here in a minute and walk you through that. I'm going to heat up some of my homemade chili that's already made and make some cornbread and have some green beans with a little bacon and just a little bacon grease. Alright, I'll be back in a minute after I get these going. Alright, welcome back. Like I said, this time I'm not going to give you the written ingredients. We are making cornbread. And where I live and where I come from, cornbread's important. There's basically two kinds of cornbread. There's made with the yellow and made with the white cornmeal. I like the yellow, but a lot of older people in my family always made it with the white cornmeal. I don't like cornbread that falls apart in my hands while I'm trying to eat it, or falls apart while I'm trying to get it out of the pan. So this is maybe a totally different recipe for you, but this is how we're going to make it today. So we're going to do 1.5 cups of flour. I'm going to give you time to write these things down. You're going to notice that I use a little less flour than I do cornmeal. I use 2.5 cups of yellow corn flour. Like I said, the yellow cornmeal is just a little sweeter. And I use a tablespoon of salt. You can use a little bit less if you'd like, but that's the way I like mine. And I use 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 tablespoon of honey. And I had made it with just 3 tablespoons of honey. It's pretty good. I use 2 tablespoons, 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of baking powder. I use 3 eggs, and I use 2 cups of milk. I use 2%. You can use whole if you want to. And I use 2/3 a cup of oil, vegetable oil. You can use whatever kind of oil you want. I have seen people use lard to make this, melt down lard and use this. And a tablespoon or so of butter, just to butter the pan up. And that helps it come out a little bit. Leaves it a nice golden brown. You'll notice whenever I take my cornbread out of the pan, I take it whole out of the pan onto a plate, and then I cut it. Alright, I use a 9.5 inch square pan. I like my cornbread nice and tall. I don't like that skinny stuff. I like cornbread up here, so you'll see this a little different maybe than what you're used to doing. If you're used to using those packaged cornmeal mixes, stop. There's too many things in there that you don't need. and it's not right. It's not mixed right. So anyway, you can join me over by the stove, and I'm going to get it mixed up, add the ingredients, and then I'm going to put it in the oven and bake it. I'll see you at the stove. Alright, let's make some cornbread. Well, like a lot of other dishes, things that I bake and make, I like to get the dry stuff together first. So there's my cornmeal, 2½ cups. There's my flour, 1½ cups. Here is my salt, my sugar, my baking powder, and I'll put the honey in with the other wet stuff. There we go. I'm just going to mix this around a little bit, get it mixed up good. You'll see what this looks like once it's done when I got it in the pan. I'll show you before I put it in the oven. Dry stuff mixed up pretty good. Leave it kind of round in the middle. Alright. There's the eggs. 3 eggs. 2/3 cup of oil. 2 cups of milk. And I'm going to squeeze out about a tablespoon or so of honey. I hate to measure it out in anything because it's hard to get it all off of there. You don't get it all in. So there's a little more. I'll go ahead and run my finger through there. Get that out. Most of it. Okay. There we go. Wipe my finger off. Now I'm going to get this stirred up. Now if this turns out just a little bit lumpy, don't worry about it. Just make sure you mix it good. The lumps will bake themselves out. I'm just stirring it up good. Need a spatula. Spatula right here. Excuse me there. I got this stirred up pretty good. The oven is preheating. We're setting that oven on 400, and you're going to cook it for about 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. You got to keep an eye on it. When it's golden brown, excuse me, when it's golden brown, you'll know it's done. Here's the pan. I'm going to go ahead and get this poured in here so you can see what it looks like. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. Well, I like my cornbread nice and tall. And I don't like it falling apart in my hands while I'm trying to eat it. Alrighty then. That's looking pretty good. Set this out of the way. And the oven's got just a minute or two left to preheat. So I'll get it in the oven as soon as that gets done preheating. Cook it for about 30-35 minutes, and then I'll be back and I'll take some pictures for you of what it looks like when I take it out of the oven. And then when I lay it out on a plate to be cut up, I'll show you what it looks like, the pieces of it with dinner. Tuning into Cooking for the Hungry. Yes, I appreciate you tuning in. Please subscribe if you feel so. Support my program. You can get a monthly or annual membership. And then I have people that go above and beyond that. They're my loyal members club. The free subscribers get quite a few things. I'm doing series on different things. I've started one on food in general. And they get some recipes. My monthly and annual subscribers, they get my all of my recipes, plus they have access to all the archives. They can go back and pull stuff up once it's archived. And so they also can get my written recipes emailed to them. And they know how to do that because I put that information up on the paid site. And my loyal members, I am going to try to do 3 to 4 times a year if I can. We're going to video in and help them through a meal while they're cooking. All they got to do is let me know ahead of time what they want to cook. I'll put together some recipes, get the information to them, and then I'll video in and help them through their meal. A lot of fun. I enjoy this. I'm cooking down some green beans right now. We're going to have chili, some green beans cooked down with a little garlic and butter, and I got cornbread. Ought to make a pretty good meal. And again, I appreciate you tuning in. I'll see you next time on Cooking for the Hungry. Have a good day.